everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crafting with Cosplay Fabrics. My name is Indra and today I want to show you how to modify a trim. So I want to show you, I got all of these amazing trims from the Yaya Han Collection, and these are all new trims and embellishments, and there's everything under the sun is in this line, like closures. You have stuff that's beaded, stuff with sequins, see-through stuff. Like there's stuff that's iron-on, things that you can even sew. It's so much, and I think there are so many different styles, like, very like elegant, and you have very like deco style items, and there's so much. So I would love to use this opportunity to invite you to, express your ideas. What is it that you've been making with these? Or do you have anything that you would like to see? Maybe you're having trouble figuring out how to use a particular one, or, maybe figuring out how to maybe sew it, or things that you can do. I always want to hear from you, be it via comments, or if you'd like to send me a private message or anything like that. I'm always happy to talk to you. But there's so much to cover that I figured, because there's just so many styles, that I figured it would be the best to show you just certain things that you can do. So I think in the next few weeks I'm going to focus on showing you what you can do with trims, maybe some ideas and stuff that you can do, not just for your costumes, but stuff that maybe you could do for like accessories, jewelry, or maybe how you can maybe embellish ready-made pieces, maybe if you find something at a thrift store, or maybe to further embellish a costume that you already have. This is, everything that you can think of is in this line. So definitely let me know if you have any ideas or anything that you'd like to see. But for today's video, I wanted to focus on this trim, and this is the Milan swirl trim, and it's a champagne color. And I wanted to show you this one in particular because I felt that it was very, very, very embellished. And I should say not embellished, but it's very, it's got a lot of like swirls and stuff in it, that I think that it's a good type of trim to modify. And I'd like to show you, to maybe give you some ideas. That way, if you have a costume that you're working on and you'd like to use, give maybe the applique look without having to do it by hand, but you'd like for it to be a little bit more accurate. I know that sometimes, you can't find the exact trim, but I want to show you that you can actually like modify a trim to kind of turn it into something that looks a little bit more like what you are looking for. So let's get to it. Here is, I want to show you a little bit more close up how the trim is. So as you can see, it's all like a metallic thread, and this one is an iron-on. So this is perfect if you want to kind of change it around a little bit. So I'm just going to take a little piece off. I'm going to cut it right here where this sort of new swirl starts, and I can clip between these as well. And because it does have that glue backing, it keeps the threads pretty well together. So I wanted to show you how you can make these trims a little bit more personalized. So if you have something like this, you can even turn it, not even a trim, you can even turn it into like a full-on applique. So the good thing is that these are, let me show you. These are like individually sewn, like each swirl. So it's like this piece is one, this is another, this is another. That way if you're cutting, it won't cut into the threads, so it won't look kind of out of place, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it will look more natural, and it won't fray as much. So I think that's a great thing about this particular trim. But if it does happen, if you end up cutting threads and it kind of starts unraveling, that's okay. It typically, when you iron it on, it should help with some of it, but definitely be careful to try and avoid that as much as possible. But see, you can already kind of see how different that looks. That was like right here. So just kind of changing it, and take your time and, you know, obviously make it prettier. But I can even cut these out and then you can even like put them over here. And like I said, because these are iron-ons, like it'll all like stick next to each other. And that way you can kind of modify the trim as you want. I'm gonna trim this a little bit more, see what else we can make. And I don't have like a specific idea that I'm going with right now, but I'm definitely just kind of playing around with it. But I want to show you how easy this is to do, and I'm just using fabric scissors. It's not like anything crazy, any particular tools or anything, but I am trying to be as careful as possible. Alright, so I'm going to cut this little piece off as well. Cool. So we can even like flip these or even put them like that. I can even cut this part out, and let's just kind of see how that would look, kind of like that. So you can even cut this and kind of put it together, or make different interesting shapes with it. And the cool thing is that you can end up making an entire, very elaborate, even like a whole patch of it, just with the trim. And see, this is like the difference. This is how it is, and this is what we can accomplish with it. And the cool thing is that with these particular trims, you can like continue to stack them. So maybe you will start with something like this, and then you can add some rhinestones on top of it, or add like buttons to it, or you know, different things. So definitely play around with it. But I wanted to kind of show you, give you this idea that you can make really unique and beautiful designs with just one style of trim, and kind of turning it into something else. And that's it. I hope that you found this helpful, and that maybe this gives you an idea for one of your future costumes. As always, if you have any other questions or concerns, ideas, whatever, please leave them in the comment section below. Or if you would like to just like talk one-on-one with me, I'll leave all my information in the info box below as well. I did want to use this opportunity to once again reiterate that it's super amazing and important that we get your feedback. And this is super exciting, this like whole like trim line. This has been in the works for such a long time, and seeing what you create is amazing. And I would always love showcasing cosplayers. So if you are working with any of the fabrics from the Yaya Han Collection, or any of the trims or anything like that, check out both the Facebook and the Instagram. We also have a Twitter at Cosplay Fabrics, and I specifically like to every day showcase one cosplayer through the Instagram, so be sure to check that out. If you're already working, I would love for other people to see what you do, and you are always inspiring us to create more, and we learn from you how to a lot of times like use these things. But if you have anything that maybe you're having trouble with, or any questions or anything, maybe more information that you'd like to know on any of these things, or just random ideas or stuff that you would like for us to cover, please let me know. I would absolutely love to create more videos that inspire you or help you with any of like your future costumes. So I do hope that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another tip, trick, or tutorial featuring Cosplay Fabrics. See ya!